my little sister. I love you. I love you. And to Jake. I hope this one doesn't turn out to be a total prick. Steady.
The opening shot of this was so beautiful, just like perfectly capturing that energy of the end of the night. You've been laughing all night, you've had a few drinks, and you're just having a great time with your friends. And like her makeup was a little bit like, it was like worn in, and I loved it. It was just so real. And getting to watch her go on this journey, and like it was so confusing. We're like, what is going on? And even she didn't know. And seeing the dynamic with her friend, all of it led to this kind of realization at the end, when they tell us, she's suffering with PMDD. I had never even heard of PMDD. And I'm a woman who has menstrual periods, and thank God that's not something that I suffer with. But why am I 30 years old and only now learning about it? And the fact that like doctors had trouble diagnosing it, and just we know how difficult it is for doctors to take women seriously and their health seriously, especially if you're a woman of color. So I have no doubt that she had issues getting the proper diagnosis for such a long time and had to suffer. But I'm really glad that this film exists, because it can educate people, not just women, but all people. And 1 in 20 women suffer from it. So why aren't we talking about it more? So I'm really glad this exists. I really enjoyed it. The cinematography was absolutely beautiful. The performances were incredible. I loved the relationship between the two friends and how they were able to come to a resolution at the end, and even come up with names for it, like the Red Wedding was so funny. I loved the kind of additional dialogue that was playing throughout the credits.
This dives into bipolar disorder and giving us a better understanding of what this disease is like. I actually have bipolar disorder, so I thought it was interesting to see something that I'm actually very familiar with be expressed in this visual form. The short does a really good job of showing the highs and showing the lows and showing the different avenues of this mood disorder. And so you get to see how it causes stress between relationships. You get to see the bouts of depression. You get to see what it's like for someone to get worked up and deal with these high, intense emotions. And being able to see this emphasized and expressed through the cinematography, the way it's edited, and even with the music that has been added onto the sequence to only elevate the roller coaster of emotions, so to speak, when it comes to having a mental disorder like this.
I thought this film did a great job of sort of illustrating how out of control it can feel, and just how helpless those with it can feel, and those people close to the victims of PMDD, how frustrating it can seem from the outside, and just not being able to understand why the people with this disorder can't just sort of snap out of it. I think this film did a great job of illustrating that, and in the actress and her acting, and also the sort of color scheme that was in this, how gray it was, and just her spiral, and how you could see her trying to gain control, and she just couldn't snap out of it like her friend sort of wanted her to do. And I appreciated that her friend understanding sort of helped her cope. And I think that is very important to raise awareness for this disorder, so that more people can try and understand and be sensitive to those with it.
Very powerful. We see the main character in the beginning. She has a completely normal life. She looks like she has no problems at all, and then she falls into like a deep anxiety, deep depression, where she doesn't really want to do anything, which she just staying there on the couch. She doesn't even want to meet her friends. But then she quickly, thanks to her friend, she start getting back and getting better. And we understand that it has everything due to the PMDD, the premenstrual depression, which can happen to a lot of people, to a lot of women, and it's important to speak about this subject. In fact, the short, in my opinion, really manages to tackle a very difficult subject, which not many people talk about. And overall, the main character, she is real in the movie. The actress is real. There's a great acting and a very well done directing, very engaging, that keeps you there from start to finish.
Stunning cinematography and camera work. I mean, seriously, it was beautifully, beautifully shot. I loved the believability in the actors in this. It hit all of the emotional beats without being over the top. Everything was so organic and believable and just true. I really, really loved that. I thought that it was edited really well too. It felt very cohesive. It didn't seem to be sluggish or kind of stop in places. It was really beautifully executed.
I thought it was really good, and the script was good, the directing, everything about the production was well done, and the acting as well, really strong. Specifically, the main character, Sabrina, and her blonde friend, who they showed the most. I just thought they were really strong. Just everybody was really good in this. The build up to the friend ringing the doorbell, I thought was really great. Really nice music, strong acting, smart writing, really smart writing, good editing and directing. Just everything was really well done. Good casting, locations, hair, makeup, all of that good stuff. The costumes, wardrobe. I just really think this is interesting that it all was about premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which I didn't really know about. And there's 1 in 20 women who suffer from it. So really enlightening, educational, but honestly, I didn't even really think this would be that type of film. I didn't think it would be like, oh, we're just kind of educating you on something. It was really a good film all on its own. And then to have that bit of education thrown in there was just really great.
I really feel for her. This is a film that a lot of women could commiserate with, because it does affect our hormones, and there's a lot of people, especially if you're in a male-dominated industry, that wouldn't realize that. They're more of suck it up, get over it. If it is affecting your life, it's something that we should talk about, but like the film shows us, even healthcare professionals didn't know how to deal with it. This is something that should be talked about, though, and it's a film that is amazing that the filmmakers even thought to make, because it means one of them probably deals with this, with mental health being a little worse during PMS. It's something that needs to be talked about more, and it's a great start by showing a short film about it.